Have you ever found yourself mindlessly doom scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, and at 1 in the morning, and then you scroll more, and then it's 3 in the morning, and then you just have to wake up for school, and you just feel really tired? Well, because you were doom scrolling. Well, I think that might be a social media addiction. Today, I will be persuading you on why social media addiction should be taken more seriously, especially when it comes to teens. I'll be going through some problems, some causes, and some solutions for this issue. Jumping into the problems, the first problem that we are going to look at is mental health. So, by teens mindlessly consuming all the social media on a daily basis, they are most likely to have a decline in their mental health. Now, according to National Library of Medicine on January 19 of 2016, it was shown that a lot of studies have shown that by teens consuming more social media on a daily basis, it has led them to result with lots of severe anxiety and depression, along with low self-esteem. Now, this is very important because I feel like the more that these students consume social media, the more likely they are to have these serious issues, which then leads to addiction, which then will lead to a severe cause of a new cause of like trying to get out of it and getting help. Now, the second problem is a decline in their academics. So, by these kids consuming more social media, they have less time to focus on their studies. Now, according to the San Diego Union Tribune on June 20th of 2014, it was shown that lots of schools have set up the system where they have screen time limit for their students so they have more time to focus on their studies. Now, this is really important because the less time that these students have on social media, the less likely they are to get addicted, and the less likely they are to have a decline in their academics because they do not have a distraction of social media. Now we'll be looking into some of the causes. Now, the first cause is the lack of parental supervision. Since a lot of parents don't know a lot about social media, they can't really supervise their child. Now, according to the American Psychological Association on May 9th of 2023, it has shown that a lot of parents do not consider social media to be a threat, and this leads to a lot of teens just mindlessly scrolling on all of these social media platforms without them knowing how harmful this could actually be. Now, this is really important because the more that these teens do not have supervision, they are consuming all the social media, which can give them a really high chance of addiction. Now, the second cause is social media pressure. Now, social media pressure. Now, by friends and family telling teens to get social media, this makes them want to get all these social media apps. Now, according to CNN on January 9th of 2015, it was shown that this new term of FOMO has been surrounding this new generation, which is the fear of missing out. So by teens feeling like they're missing out, they are consuming and constantly getting all of these social media platforms that are just really useless. This is really important because the more that these teens feel left out, the more they are to get these apps and get really highly addicted. Now, according to another article, which is the Seattle Times on February 26th of 2026, it was also shown that by a lot of social pressure, it really, really makes a difference on these teens because they want to have followers. They want to have a role model, you know? And if their friends are getting all these platforms and, they become really popular and they are very known, well, it's human instinct, to do the same and follow a leader. And this is just very, very not good for them because they will just get really addicted and eventually be scrolling on social media endlessly for hours on end. Now that we've covered the causes, we'll be looking into some of the solutions. So the first solution would be a screen time management. According to USA Today on February 1st of 2006, it was shown that by having personal screen time management, it has helped a lot of teens persevere their addiction and lower down their time screen or their use of time with social media. This is really important because the less time that these teens have on those apps, the less likely they are to get addicted. And just by having self-control is a very first step to, resolving addiction and issues that they might have. Excuse me. And then the second solution is having hobbies. And according to BBC News on November 10th of 2016, it was shown that by having much more interest in hobbies, it keeps teens much more busy and it leads them to not wanting to mindlessly doom scroll on social media. And this is really important because by keeping yourself busy, it really helps not worsen the addiction that you already have or that is evolving over time. Today, I try to persuade you on why social media addiction should be taken more seriously when it comes to teens. We covered the problems, some causes, and finally the solutions to this issue. So hopefully next time you're doom scrolling late at night and you think that, no, it's just another 30 minutes, well, think about the long-term consequences that this could have in your future.